Okay, year 9, how are we? So, today we are cooking Tortilla Espanola. Okay, so the first step you want to do, so you've got your 125 mils of extra virgin olive oil and 125 mils of vegetable oil. You want to get that on a really low heat. You probably hardly see the flame there, so a nice low heat, just warming gently. Okay, so I will stress straight away, this recipe you need to be cautious with. Okay, so we've got oil, we're using oil, we need to be sensible, need to always keep an eye on our oil, and yeah, just be really sensible there. So now, we've got a couple of things we'll take care of first of all. So your onion, you need to weigh that out. So you might need to chop some of your onion off. Mine's actually spot on, but with yours we couldn't get regular size onions, we've only got ginormous onions. So just make sure you've got the right size. Okay, so just go through, chop it up. You can use onion for something else that you're going to cook later in the week. Okay, so let's scrap oil there and peel that onion up. Excellent. Alright, so there's not many ingredients, however we need to make sure that we help our ingredients to shine throughout this process. So we need to treat our ingredients with love and a bit of care. Okay, so you're going to peel that onion slowly but surely. Excellent, so let's go, let's get that peeled up. Once we've peeled this up, we're just going to chop it up nice and finely and pop it to the side. So I'm a fan, because we're slicing this up, I'm going to take that little core section out because we want the slices to be individual here. So we don't want them to hold together at the base of the core. Alright, so now once we've done that, I won't talk while I'm chopping, it's a bit loud. Just going to slice our onion up. Fantastic, so working that through, nice slices all the way through your onion. Fantastic, you want nice even slices because you want them to cook at similar times. Excellent, so I'll just pop that in a bowl and put it to the side. So before I get on to the potato, I'm actually going to crack my eggs and add a little bit of salt to them, then whisk them up. Okay, just get them nice and frothy. Okay, so eggs, 4 eggs, probably move that around. There we go. 4 eggs into your bowl. Hopefully your eggs made it home alright. Onions are nice and strong. Excellent, so we've got our eggs in there. Bear with me. We'll just grab our whisk. Excellent, and a good pinch of salt. Pinch or 2. Alright, just going to whisk your eggs up. Again, just checking on my oil, making sure that low heat's treating it nicely. Now you want to whisk this vigorously, quite vigorously. And it's nice froth into that egg. Okay, just make sure you keep it all in the bowl. Probably could have went a slightly bigger bowl. Maybe you can learn from my mistake. Fantastic. That's excellent. Nice bit of froth there. Fantastic. So we'll set that aside. Alright. Excellent. So we'll start on that potato. Okay, I'm choosing to leave the skin on mine. I've washed them already. Completely up to you. You can take the skin off if you like. I think it adds a nice little dimension, nice little extra colour to your dish. Okay, so I'm going to chop it in half, and then you can choose long slices or shorter ones. We're just going to slice all the way down our potato. Turn that last bit over, make it easy to slice. You want nice, pretty even slices, okay? All the way along your potato. Looking good. Fantastic. Again, so when you get to the end bit, you might want to slide it over, make it a little bit easier to hold while you cut. Excellent. So our potato's looking good. Yep, our oil. It's got a little bit of smoke coming off. Okay, so again, like I said, that's where you need to make sure that you're checking, watching, and know what your oil is doing the whole time, okay? So, I'm going to bring a little bit of smoke there, probably a bit too much more than I want at the moment, so I'll take it off the heat for a second, and we'll get back on in a minute. Alright, so what we're going to do is cook our potato and our onion in the oil. Oh, just a bit of a runaway there. Excellent. So we'll finish chopping this last one. Nice slices. Slicing it, I should say, not chopping it. Alright, turn that last bit over and away we go. Excellent. So, once we're there, we're ready to start cooking. Okay, so as I said, we're going to get everything into the pan now. With your onions, you want to get your hands into there and just separate those slices out, just so that they're not all bunched together. Obviously with our potatoes, we've got nice thin slices, so again, we don't want to have nice thin slices of potato cooking lovely in our oil, but big clumps of onion. So get your hand in there, yes, work all that onion around so it's all nicely separated. Now that's fantastic. Alright, so now, again, tricky little bit, we've got oil, hot oil too. So we need to be very careful. I'm going to say it again. Alright, so something we need to be very careful with. Alright, so we're going to put our onion in and our potato. So we'll start with the potato. Okay, now, again, hot oil. I probably shouldn't have done that. But hot oil. So we're going to start with some little pieces of potato. I'm not going to plonk them straight in, okay? Because this oil is hot, okay? And I don't want oil spitting up everywhere. So just going to put little pieces in at a time. And as I put them in, I'm going to set them down so that they fall away from me. Okay? That stops any oil splashing up at me. Protects me and protects you. Okay? So, again, more potato. Keep getting them in. Alright, so what you want is you want this oil bubbling away nicely. You only really need a low-ish heat, low to medium. I wouldn't say anything more than that. Okay? You want this bubbling away so that we're cooking those potatoes. Okay? Doesn't matter if it takes a little bit of time to get those in. Better to be safe than sorry. Okay? So obviously once you start to get a few in, you're going to need to sort of jiggle them around with an implement to make sure that they're all getting covered and coated with oil, okay, and cooking in that oil. Excellent, so you can start to put those on top of the other ones, and then, so once we've got all those in, excellent, and we can pop our onions in as well. Alright. I don't know if you can hear that, it's just bubbling away nicely, just a gentle bubble. Okay, we're not trying to fry all this like really rapidly, deep frying, none of that. Okay, we want to gently cook all this down. And that will create beautiful texture within the potatoes to start with, and also the onion too. Okay, so we're going to gently cook that down. I'll just I've just got a palette knife here. You can choose probably some tongs. Okay, if you've got them on hand. I'm just moving all that around to make sure it's all getting into the oil. And as you can imagine, as it starts to break down, it's going to make that space a little bit easier for everything to fit in as well. Okay, just ever so slightly, give it a little jiggle. Remember, there is still hot oil in this pan. Okay, so what you're going to do is just keep that gently cooking away at that temperature. Again, look at my flame. It's only relatively low. I'm not on full flame. I don't want to be on full flame because, for starters, I don't want my oil getting too hot and burning and smoking and carrying away like that. Alright, because it's not going to cook my potatoes how I want it. It's going to make them too crispy, and that's definitely not what I want. I want them nice and soft and tender. I want to just bring all those ingredients down so they're nice and tender and beautiful. Okay, so you can see more and more, I'll just slightly tilt that up, more and more those ingredients breaking down and fitting into that oil. Excellent. So what we need to do is cook like this for about 25 minutes, 20-25 minutes, till all that comes down, breaks down, till it's basically almost melting apart. Okay? So we're going to do that and cook that for 25 minutes. Alright, again, just to give you a different view, to make sure you can see in that pan, alright, you can see it's bubbling away nicely at the edges. Okay, it's not too hot. I'm not getting any massive amounts of colour on there because I don't want that. Again, it's about heat control. It's one of the most important things you can learn in cooking is about heat control. It determines the quality of your product. Okay, so like I said, just going to keep cooking that away, and as you can see, probably better from that angle, that all that food now is pretty much able to be covered by that oil. I'm just going to, every so often, move all that around, make sure everything's getting a good go in there, alright, and go from there. So again, like I said, 20-25 minutes. If it starts to get a little bit of colour, some of those are getting a little bit of colour, I don't want it that hot, alright, you're in charge of the heat. Turn it down. Okay? Excellent. Okay, so you can see everything's really broken down now. And if you have a look, this potato, very soft, breaking up. So that's exactly how you want it to look. I got a little bit of colour on some of mine. Yeah, it's unavoidable at times, but try and keep that heat nice and low. Nice and low, okay? So you just want to gently cook all that through, and you want that potato just to be breaking apart right now. So next step is to strain that out, again needing to be very, very careful. Alright, because remember we got that hot oil. Alright, so now we have cooked our potatoes down, they're looking fantastic. This is the important part, you need to be careful. Okay, again, I can't stress enough, needing to be careful with this. Okay, so we have a bowl, obviously, let's go over again, obviously a heat-proof bowl. We're putting hot oil into this bowl, it needs to be able to withstand heat, so no plastic yet. Alright, okay, so strainer and a spoon, nice big spoon. You want to basically, bit by bit, scoop this out. Okay? There's no point in pouring it out. Okay? You run the risk of all that oil pouring all over your bench, or worse, all over you. Okay? So, just doing that nice and slow, taking your time. That's what this is all about. We're not running a sprint. Bit of a marathon, okay? So we've taken 25 minutes to cook our potatoes absolutely beautiful. We now don't want to ruin everything, okay? By getting oil everywhere. Okay, now, once I've got that done, and I've only got a couple of bits of potato left, I'm happy now. I feel confident and comfortable to pour my oil through the strainer. Excellent, that is great. Okay, we'll keep that there. We will need to, I think mine's looking pretty good. I think I will just give mine a simple wipe out and it is ready to go. So depending on what sort of pan you use, if you don't have a non-stick pan, this sort of size, you may need to give that a scrub out. You don't want any imperfections on there, any food left on there, because that's going to make your omelette stick when we make it. Okay, so now we've got our potato, now oil separate, give it a little shake. Remember that oil's still hot, okay, do not forget that, do not forget, alright, so we've now strained that into there, it's looking excellent, just move that around, it's looking amazing now, okay, so nice liberal couple of pinches of salt, okay, remember it's just onion and potato. Get in there with the salt, don't be shy. Excellent, we'll stir that around in a sec. Now, next step, what we're going to do. So, there are 3 bowls of ingredients. Okay, our oil, which we'll use again very shortly, our potato and our egg. Now, our egg's still looking nice and frothy from before. Let's get into it again. I'm playing musical bowls here. Let's get into it again and froth it up one more time. Some nice air into that. It's always fun throwing the salt. Love your whiskey. Here we go. Excellent. Now that's nice and frothy again. What I'm going to do, finish with the whisk. I now have my spoon, my large kitchen spoon. Okay, I'm going to pour my egg into the potato. Excellent. Give that a little couple stirs around. Incorporate that potato all throughout my egg. It's looking amazing. Who's keen? I am. Excellent. So, finish with that bowl. Musical bowls are getting smaller and smaller. Excellent. So, look at that, that's sitting in there nicely. Just going to leave it for a minute or 2. Excellent. I'll leave that spoon in there because I'll use that spoon to help me get it into the saucepan. Now, we have our oil, which is still hot, remember? Okay, I've returned that saucepan to the low heat. Okay, very low heat, very low heat. Heat control, that's what it's about. Alright, we're going to add about 30 mils of oil into your fry pan. Okay, just cover the base. Excellent, that's great. So we'll keep that because we will need it again. So you want to get a nice shimmer on your oil, but not massive smoke. We don't want smoke billowing everywhere. The whole thing is about controlling that heat. I can't say it enough. Okay, you're probably sick of me saying it now, but I've had to say it again. Okay, now so it's hot, nice little shimmer across the top, looking great. I will use my spatula as well. Might just give that a little wipe off. It's only realistically got some oil and cooked potato on it, so it's part of the dish already. So our oil's looking lovely. What we want to do now, we've let that sit for a minute or 2. We want to pop this into our oil. There, look at that. Alright, so now just bump that up to a nice medium here. Now, we want to be careful here. We don't want it to get too hot. We don't want the bottom or top, because we will turn it around. We don't want it to be black. Okay? So, you want to keep moving that around. Get into it with your implement. I've got, like I said, I've got a palette knife here. Move that around, and that'll start. You'll start to see it starting to set, and that's what you want. So we're going to move that around. Keep moving. Keep moving onward around. Excellent. So you'll see it start to set on the sides. Once you see that, we'll just push in the edges a little bit. Push down those edges. Oh, it's really starting to set now. Looking great. I might just pop it down low again. So just remember, keep that heat control. Okay, so you can see that's really starting to set there. Okay, and that's what you want. You start pushing those edges, and you can see that it's really setting on those edges. Fantastic, that is where we want to go with it. Alright, so get a couple of minutes on this side. Remember, it's nice and low, so we're not going to be adding loads of colour to the bottom. You just need to be cooking it through. Okay, excellent. Or some might say excellent. Yes, I saw you roll your eyes. Okay, so that's how you want to see it. You can see I've moved it up to the edges a little bit. You can see it's still a little bit wet in here. That's all good. We'll give it a, like I said, just a couple of minutes on there, and then we'll do a little magic trick. We'll turn it over. Okay, so it's been cooking away a couple of minutes. On what temperature I hear you say? On low, of course. Pretty much don't want to go over low to medium on this. Just be gentle. Be nice and gentle. I'm going to put it up a tiny bit, but like I said, low to medium. Not even medium. Alright, just going to cook it nice and slow. Quality food takes time. So, it's looking great. In the meantime, what we need to do is grab a plate. Okay, so once you've grabbed your plate, do yourself a favour, just get a little bit of that oil and brush over your plate. Just a little trick to, you'll see why. Excellent. So we've got that there, a little brush, fantastic. Alright, so now we've been cooking a couple minutes. It's looking pretty much almost set on top. Okay, it's still a little bit wet, and that's fine. Now what we're going to do is pop our plate on top. Okay? Now I've got a little bit of a lip here, which makes it difficult, but straight away you know that your Tortilla Espanola, your omelette is going to pop out because you've been jiggling it around and it's moving freely within that pan. So now what you need to do is basically give it a quick turn. Woo. Okay, I struggled a little bit on mine and she pops out like that. Now, what you need to do after that is then just slide it, and this is where the oil came in handy, slide it back into the pan. Now, the trick on that is to do it quick. I was a little hesitant, I was a little slow. Okay, if you're worried about heat, by all means, make sure you have a tea towel on the bottom of the pan if you're worried about that, and make sure you're holding the pan with a tea towel. But the trick is try and get a flat plate. You can see mine's got a bit of a lip, and that's what created difficulty with me. If it was just a completely flat plate or didn't have that lip, I could get that on there and it would hold much easier. Whereas mine, the edge of the pan slid down into that lip, and that's what created my issue. But, I shouldn't say but, just try and look for a plate which is flat. Okay, you'll have most success with that. Excellent. So, once we've flipped it, again, we're just on low heat. Alright, so I've probably got a bit of colour on there. Probably could have had maybe slightly less colour, but once you flip that, another minute or two maximum, and she's ready to go. Because you still want to be nice and tender and soft in the middle. You don't want to cook the absolute life out of the eggs. Okay? Okay, so the heat's off. Our Tortilla Espanola is ready. Excellent. Just slide it out. Again, moves absolutely freely. Nice amount of oil in there. And there she goes.